The 10 deadliest earthquakes in recorded history. A look at the worst earthquakes in recorded history, in loss of human life. The March 11, 2011, earthquake and tsunami that affected eastern Japan is not included because the fatalities caused, about 15,000, or fewer than those resulting from the temblors listed below. Sources: United States Geological Survey, Encyclopedia Britannica. Number 1. Shenxi, China, January 23, 1556. Magnitude about 8, about 830,000 deaths. This earthquake occurred in the Shaanxi province, formerly Shenxi, China, about 50 miles east-northeast of Xi'an, the capital of Shaanxi. More than 830,000 people are estimated to have been killed. Damage extended as far away as about 270 miles northeast of the epicenter, with reports as far as Liuyang in Hunan, more than 500 miles away. Geological effects reported with this earthquake included ground fissures, uplift, subsidence, liquefaction and landslides. Most towns in the damage area reported city walls collapsed, most to all houses collapsed, and many of the towns reported ground fissures with water gushing out. Number 2. Tangshan, China, July 27, 1976. 1976, workers start rebuilding work following earthquake damage in the Chinese city of Tangshan, 100 miles east of Pekin, with a wrecked train carriage behind them. Photo by Keystone, Getty Images. Magnitude 7.5. Official casualty figure is 255,000 deaths. Estimated death toll as high as 655,000. Damage extended as far as Beijing. This is probably the greatest death toll from an earthquake in the last 4 centuries, and the second greatest in recorded history. Number 3. Aleppo, Syria, August 9, 1138. Magnitude not known, about 230,000 deaths. Contemporary accounts said the walls of Syria's second-largest city crumbled and rocks cascaded into the streets. Aleppo's citadel collapsed, killing hundreds of residents. Although Aleppo was the largest community affected by the earthquake, it likely did not suffer the worst of the damage. European crusaders had constructed a citadel at nearby Haram, which was leveled by the quake. A Muslim fort at Al-Atarib was destroyed as well, and several smaller towns and manned forts were reduced to rubble. The quake was said to have been felt as far away as Damascus, about 220 miles to the south. The Aleppo earthquake was the first of several occurring between 1138 and 1139 that devastated areas in northern Syria and western Turkey. Number 4. Sumatra, Indonesia, December 26, 2004. Indonesia, December 29. In this handout photo taken from a print via the Indonesian Air Force, the scene of devastation in Mulabo, the town closest to the Sunday's earthquake epicenter, is pictured from the air on December 29, 2004. Mulabo, Aceh Province, Sumatra, Indonesia. The western coastal town in Aceh Province, only 60 kilometers northeast of the epicenter, has been the hardest hit by Sunday's underwater earthquake in the Indian Ocean. Officials expected to find at least 10,000 killed, which would amount to a quarter of Mulabo's population. 3/4 of Sumatra's western coast was destroyed and some towns were totally wiped out after the tsunamis that followed the earthquake. Photo by Indonesian Air Force via Getty Images. Magnitude 9.1, 227,898 deaths. This was the third largest earthquake in the world since 1900 and the largest since the 1964 Prince William Sound, Alaska temblor. In total, 227,898 people were killed or were missing and presumed dead, and about 1.7 million people were displaced by the earthquake and subsequent tsunami in 14 countries in South Asia and East Africa. Number 5. Haiti, January 12, 2010. Haitians walked through collapsed buildings near the Iron Market in Port-au-Prince on January 31, 2010. quake hit Haiti will need at least a decade of painstaking reconstruction, aid chiefs and donor nations warned, as homeless, scarred survivors struggled today to rebuild their lives. Magnitude 7.0. According to official estimates, 222,570 people killed. According to official estimates, 300,000 were also injured, 1.3 million displaced, 97,294 houses destroyed and 188,383 damaged in the Port-au-Prince area and in much of southern Haiti. This includes at least 4 people killed by a local tsunami in the Petite Paradis area near Léogâne. Tsunami waves were also reported at Jacmel, Les Cayes, Petite Gauve, Léogâne, Lully and Anse Galets. Number 6. Damghan, Iran, December 22, 856. Magnitude not known, about 200,000 deaths. This earthquake struck a 200-mile stretch of northeast Iran, with the epicenter directly below the city of Damghan, which was at that point the capital city. Most of the city was destroyed as well as the neighboring areas. Approximately 200,000 people were killed. Number 7. Haiyuan, Ningxia, China, December 16, 1920. 7.8 magnitude, about 200,000 deaths. This earthquake brought total destruction to the Lijunbu Haiyuan Ganyanchi area. Over 73,000 people were killed in Haiyuan County. A landslide buried the village of Sujiahe in Ziji County. More than 30,000 people were killed in Guyuan County. Nearly all the houses collapsed in the cities of Longdan and Hining. About 125 miles of surface faulting was seen from Lijunbu through Ganyanchi to Jingtai. There were large numbers of landslides and ground cracks throughout the epicentral area. Some rivers were dammed, others changed course. Number 8. 8. Ardabil, Iran, March 23, 893. Magnitude not known, about 150,000 deaths. The memories of the massive Damghan earthquake, see above, had barely faded when only 37 years later, Iran was again hit by a huge earthquake. This time it cost 150,000 lives and destroyed the largest city in the northwestern section of the country. The area was again hit by a fatal earthquake in 1997. Number 9. 9. Kanto, Japan, September 1, 1923. 1923, high-angle view of earthquake and fire damage on Hongokucho Street in the Kanda district, taken from the Yamaguchi Bank building after the Kanto earthquake, Tokyo, Japan. 7.9 magnitude, 142,800 deaths. This earthquake brought extreme destruction in the Tokyo-Yokohama area, both from the Temblor and subsequent firestorms, which burned about 381,000 of the more than 694,000 houses that were partially or completely destroyed. Although often known as the Great Tokyo Earthquake, or the Great Tokyo Fire, the damage was most severe in Yokohama. Nearly 6 feet of permanent uplift was observed on the north shore of Sagami Bay and horizontal displacements of as much as 15 feet were measured on the Boso Peninsula. Thanks for watching. Subscribe our channel for more interesting videos.